What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Cyberknight's Flashpoint. We've got a raid to do here, the downtown option for Origami Joe. We got pretty lucky here. He's going to go for a bunch of plus influence as his benefit. And the cool thing as well, if you go check, because I did a little bit of base stuff off camera, Joe here got himself a power play. And so it is very, very likely, from my understanding of the game, that next time he hits 80 influence, he will attempt to start one of his power plays. There are, as far as I can know, two that are available for him. One gives him some guns, the other gives him some blades, and so we'll see which one he ends up picking up. But the cool thing is that this is enough influence to get him all the way up to 80% again, which I'm very excited about. We're going to go ahead and show the team that we're running here. So upsell the hacker, useful here. I need to actually put some kind of consumable on my CK. Have a dazzler, good enough, I don't really care. Egress is going with the Raptor and the revolver, nothing too special there. Only thing to really note here is that our Cybersword underwent surgery twice, so he got the ADVX filter in the lung slot, which mitigates a move speed penalty, which is pretty useful, and it's just like a decent spread of stats that are useful overall. But that allows him to run the MJack 2000 for a bunch of bonus kinetic damage, and gets to overwrite the move speed penalty because of that. And so we have the ability to give him a lot of sort of benefits here. Right? We can give him a lot of extra damage and mitigate the move speed penalty, which is kind of nice overall. So we have yet to craft any high-level melee weapons, so he's got kind of a weak weapon right here, but we're in the middle of crafting, so it is what it is. Let's go run the mission. Well, we're here on our own dime. Nothing too much to bring up here. It is a procedurally generated raid mission. I believe I bought the gold key. We have to finish an under 60 security, or 6 security level. What's nice is we can leave at any time, and it's fine. It's a raid. There's no actual, like, problem here. If I wanted to, like, literally run here and get out as soon as possible, I could. It probably wouldn't be worth it, but I could do it, and it would be totally fine. We're going to go for the buffs as per usual. We do have a couple of moderately upgraded enemy types. Got to be a little mindful of that. Let's check what you two are doing. Are you going to threaten me? You're actually running away, which I don't want to have happen. So I'm going to try to look for the most aggressive look I can. You look like that's looking pretty decent. I'm going to spend one move point going forward, just so I'm getting full hits on this guy. I was at max range otherwise. And let's see, you're 37 meters away. My noise is 33. We are totally fine here. Hitting both of them seems totally fine. You're going to turn to the gunfire. You might see my team. It is what it is. Crit's looking pretty nice. There's steamroll popped. You see me, of course. You're very angry. I'm just going to spray you down now as well. Yes, I've got some recoil. I can clean that out at some point. Just can't do it just yet. And then one thing I did do, actually, is I finished crafting an SMG. So I put the heavy automag in. We're making the level 6 ones for the nearest future. But for now, we're getting just this one. It's going to have okay damage and be pretty reliably solid at close-ish ranges. I'm not going to get a guaranteed glancing hit here. I'm still going to shoot and use the 1 AP and hope it goes well. Yeah, 40% chance is not the best. Recoil is a real mechanic. Managed to shred, that's pretty fortunate, considering my shred chance on this gun is only 20%. And the hit chance itself is only like 40 or something, so pretty fortunate there. Anyway, as I think about other further planning, want to get into the gold key room, so I've got to knock this grunt captain down. Sure. That's going to be some of the loot. We've got... I'm probably going to go through the bridge. Like, I'm mostly just going to kill everyone, is probably the goal here. Get all the loot boxes, get the host loot. Someone can grab this box and be done. Might be a relatively quick mission. Yeah, no special leverage here. I'm going to have the sniper go towards the end. With you being shredded, I can use this basic pistol no problem. Can make things relatively easy. I would like to shoot you without getting seen. I would like my my stealth benefits here. Not quite a kill, unfortunate, but down you go. Alright, well, I count as spotted. Are there any of these guys I'm going to kill? Let's see. If I kill you, I think this barrier actually is going to block the line of sight. But, unfortunately, my CK can't bump initiative enough, so I would be risking it a little bit. Let's see, what's my range on this? Optimal is at 20. If I go to here, that's 22, which is acceptable. I could go up and risk this guy walking into me. But you're a basic street grunt, and I think your body's going to fall behind this barricade, and he won't notice because that's kind of how the game works. Usually the game is pretty chill about seeing a corpse and not caring. I could be wrong, but we're going to go ahead and try that out. Actually, one more thing I can do. I can yield. No, I can't. I can delay, though. It's worth delaying for almost everybody at this point. How much can you get done? You get your footsteps, sir. That's not good for you. Okay, I don't have the ability to stun anybody or be particularly useful. I can throw a concussion grenade, which would not be great. If I run you to here, yeah, you get hurt at some point. I'm going to see if you can sneak in, actually. This is a bit greedy and quite a bit risky, but I'm going to see if you can do that. This might be very, very stupid. You're going very early next turn. Okay, I can get behind this wall, no problem, though. Which means I'm incredibly likely to be safe without getting hurt. Could have been a bit smarter and ran to this earlier. It's fine. But I'm mostly just going to bypass this guy. And that should be okay. So in terms of upsell doing something, let's see. Who has stuns? You have a concussion grenade. And a shock mine, actually. So you can maybe get some weird stuff going on. But I'm thinking... Yeah, so I'm thinking that snipers are bad at hitting hard targets. I don't have any pure damage on the hacker. I'm thinking I'm just going to shoot this guy twice. It'll go decent. Okay, you're not dead. That's expected. But you should get these shots no problem. So down you go. And he falls in time that this guard is still unaware. You could argue he shouldn't be, but he is. I maybe should have gone for a quick draw, actually, in case the guy was going to move. And then I could be a bit more proactive next turn. A bit of a mistake, but too late now. This guy might totally patrol into me, though. And I could be getting shot. We'll see what happens. Oh, I managed to extremely high roll on initiative. That's kind of cool. I think... I'm tempted to go for a hold-up stun. But I want to know what all these guys are doing. I guess... I can go to here. I will be not in range for hold up because hold up doesn't have more range than he can see. So I'm just gonna walk up, and then because I'm in cover, he'll duck if he walks forward, and I'll be okay. So you're patrolling that way, which is fine for me. You're just standing, okay. Might as well delay, let the rest of the guards have their turns because there's nothing urgent anymore. Walking away, that's fine. Gotta be careful about footstep noises, because he's close enough. Okay, cool. Not bad. Let's delay. You are not really going anywhere. Okay. That's fine. Alright, so it's time to get some more guards killed. I'm thinking we need to find some way to shred your armor successfully. So I'm going to delay just enough that Unique can go. And that way she can walk up. I have to get close enough that I'm... Okay, so here's the funky part, right? I'm in... Let's see, what's my range again? Oh, right, okay. My noise is greater than my actual range, which means this is not ideal. I think what I'll go for then is just walking up, going for a stun, then going SMG. The stun lowers armor by 25%. That'll make whittling that guard down much easier. I'm also going to preview those two guards. Okay, yeah, they're still just not scary at all, so... We'll just do one shot, 20% chance to shred. Unsurprisingly, I didn't get it. Upsell can keep shooting. I think that's fine. He's doing enough damage because of the armor reduction. 200 damage crits, definitely make that one work. Sucks that you missed, but oh well. Yeah, this guy is going to get heard, so we take 2 steps going this way. We get our gold key loot. Looking decent overall. I'm pretty sure most of this is getting carried by... Most of the value of that room is getting carried by the armor blueprint. But I think the armor blueprint does pay for the... functionally pay for the gold key. So he also, by the way, needs kills in order to not gain stress at the end of the mission. So I will have to find some way to deal with that. I might choose to not kill you right away to have your body timer come in later. But I feel like I want to make sure I'm spending action points. So I'll just grab this anyway. And then reload and then come up here. Because we'll have to knock you down at some point. We find more guards. It's fine. Nothing too spicy. Don't need to use anything special here. I don't need to stun you or anything. I'm not worried about what you're doing, realistically. So you're just fine. Turn 2 done. I'm not terribly worried about the security level. I think we're going to be okay here. This guy is probably not going to see the corpse. He's going to walk forward and turn right, so I'm just going to kill this guy where he stands. That should be totally fine. Oh yeah, and you just love seeing stealth crits in those pistols because they get basically one shot. Very good stuff here. I'll yield for now. Make sure we don't get anything too spicy happening to us. Let everyone else go ahead and have their turns. Yep, you're up that way. Totally fine. And then, yeah, everyone else is just not relevant at all. I'm going to have a hacker go with the left-hand side because he's going to go right for this host. So I feel like he can go this way and it's fine. Have to reload at some point, but I'm not in a rush. Ah, okay. New guard. Cool. A Slaga is there. That's fine. I guess you are the guy running for this box. But you not being in combat is not great for me. Nice, we barely reached. Decent. Might run towards the right. Try to knock this guy down. He's walking over next turn. Ooh, that's a 22. Okay, I gotta be a little bit careful that I'm not caught out and in a bad spot at the end of this turn. I might just leave you here. And let this guy... I guess I might, like, walk... What's the right approach here? I want my Cybersword to start getting some kills, because I don't want him to generate stress. My hacker's relatively safe for a bit, but I might want my Cyberknight to protect him and come up towards this side with him. And the Gunslinger, I think, is probably going to run on the right-hand side with the Cybersword. So really just standing around here is fine. And then, yeah, I think the CK will have you run up towards the hacker, and it should be okay. I think 2 and 2 is going to work here. Let's hope. So, no new data. Corpse timers will be running out right about now. Sees a corpse. Doesn't move, actually. Okay. It's not ideal. You're suspicious, but not... you're gonna be really hard to deal with, actually, because you already ended your turn and you're in a really weird spot. Well, we're gonna trigger vector no matter what. I'm gonna delay and figure out what we're doing. I think you being here is fine. This guy's in a weird spot for me, but it's okay. Okay, sure. Yep, okay. This guy likely walks up next turn. Actually, I'm pretty confident he will. So my understanding is the way Look Ahead works is Look Ahead looks into the guard's AI. It does not look into the like central security AI apparatus. And so anytime that gives instructions, Look Ahead can't check that. And if their, you know, their goals get overwritten by that, Look Ahead can't really do anything about that either. So I'm going to pretend that we're going to be fine here. And that I'm allowed to run up to here. Let's start by putting you here and just like make sure we have info. There we go. Anything too spicy? Nothing too bad. There are a few Slagas, which is a little scary. What I'm going to do is quick draw then. So that I'm going first next turn. That looks okay. You don't have to do anything. I think you're fine just walking a step forward. Alright, we have an escalation. 3 guards are sent. And it's the 3 guards over there who are higher level and overall scarier. So yeah, 2 Slagas in the wildfire. Yeah, I mean, there were some body timers that ran out and a corpse got seen, so it makes total sense. I think even against you, I'm safe. I think you might sprint. But I think I'm not in danger. It could be famous last words, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get really shot here. So I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk that he's fine where he's standing. 40 meters away. Sprinting is 4 meters per action point. Vision radius is going to be around 20 meters. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we legit don't get caught here. Let's see if I'm wrong. That's looking pretty good. It's like going to see you at the very end, but I can just fight you. Like, you're out of AP. That's all it comes down to, is that it's just not a real concern. I don't have a good way of catching Rogue in Tactical Surge, so I'm just going to pop it here on the other 3. And that'll have to be good enough. You weren't sent, so I'm not worried about you. I'm going to keep waiting and seeing what the guards actually do. You're walking over. And you're walking towards the bridge, which is actually kind of nice. I'm pretty sure I can cover that. This should be okay. I have stuns and things. I'm going to have you wait until this grunt captain moves. And then for you, I'm also going to wait because I want to make sure we can deal with everything else appropriately. You're walking over. Yeah, so they're all centralized now. You're not too scary where you are. You're going to walk over. You're going to be right by my Cybersword, and he's going to have a field day with you. But he's now angsty. Like, he's doing patrols. Like, he did his normal patrol route. But now he's running because he's properly scared. Which, you know, makes total sense. So let's see. Who needs to get shot where? Yeah, that barely clips me into sound radius. You've got to be killed or stunned. You need to be killed or stunned. I mean, really, they all do. So I'm going to have you go last because you can stun to save things. You need to find some way to get a lot done. If I put you here, it's telling me I have line of sight in this guy. He won't be surprised, but I can just shoot and it should be okay. Alternative is to like run out here, but I think this is better. I think I can go here and it's going to be functional. So, he's an intruder. Minor obstruction hurts a bit. Okay, you really suck at this. That's a bad sign. That's an extra guard I can't deal with. Crud. Alright, well, let's go be AP efficient. So we're going to start with a slash slide. And I'm going to end myself in cover. Okay, decent damage. Second strike. We shred, which means his last hit is like basically guaranteed. There is a chance I glance without him having any armor. I'm really not worried about it. Then we get the kill, and we get Choppa for some bonus action points. And yeah, we got a decent amount of bonus kinetic damage thanks to our recent implants. I think just... Oh no, I'm going to have him grab this box. I don't think I need him for the combat. That might be a little bit silly, but I'm making the choice anyway. Okay, there are only so many guards left. So what I want to do... If everyone's already in range, we're going to go for gun kata here. I'm going to shoot at all three. Now, you suck because of range. The other ones don't. Okay, so I should step out a bit more. And then if I spend basically one action point running forward, I'm going to be much closer on you. And that should be decent in terms of making gun kata work. And because I can't generate recoil, it's going to look pretty decent. So, gun kata 1. Dad dead, and... not quite dead. You heard gunfire, of course. You do have armor still. So one thing I could do here is all you've heard is gunfire once, which is not going to scare you very much. If all I do here is just pistol a few times, I think I'm very likely to get the kill. I'm guaranteed glance against at least. I'm going to get at least 2 shots. I can stun this guy no problem. And I'm going to have a decent time here. I can try to walk to not be obstructed. That would help a little bit. So if I go here, it's a little bit cleaner. Am I worried about your movements? No, you're at 15. I really don't care. Okay. I'm going to walk here to actually bump the accuracy further. Now you're not obstructed, and this is just a guaranteed kill. So yeah, gun kata is really nice damage. I was fortunate that all 3 shots landed, sure, but it doesn't disprove that it's really nice damage. Now that you're stunned, I mean, I could have gone for damage first, because maybe I get lucky here and I don't need it. But, oof, right inside optimal range because of using a scope. Well, in that case, I'm just going to go here, grab some loot. Okay, sure. And then back up to here and just shoot once. Still need my hacker to go over there. And unfortunately, looks like there's still plenty of tally coming in from a mix of you hearing gunfire and more corpse timers running out. But we're still far from sec level 6. Reinforcements are at a very, very inopportune location. Looks like a relatively upgraded group of enemies as well. Should be okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think these 3 were sent to investigate, or 2 of them were. I don't know if you were sent to investigate. In this case, I probably shouldn't be out in the open. I think you have a good chance at spotting me. So I'm trying to think, how do I play this out correctly? I definitely could run out here and look for gun kata. Or maybe here? That would be functional. Well, the ranges aren't great, actually. Max of 20, max of 20. Yeah, that would be 23 meters. That would not be ideal. So I'd like to let them run to me. The problem is... how can I make sure I'm safe against all the movements? I think it's got to be like here. If I'm here, I'm safe from you walking down, and I'm safe from you guys walking down as well. A lot of initiative still. You're fine though where you are. I'm going to leave you right here also. You need to take a step back at least. Make sure you're not getting caught out by these guys, so I'm going to put you here. That should be decent. Alright, you're still stunned. You're going to grab loot. I still need to get kills for you, but we're just not there yet. Gold stacks as V-chip is nice. Checking something real quick. My overall move speed is... Wait, is it... Oh, it's not in this display. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I'm just going to have you run forward. You're not doing anything too scary or interesting. Okay, you are investigating. You found a corpse. Not ideal for me. Oh, unfortunately, I didn't check the initiative counts. We're in a really awkward spot in terms of trying to get around them. Yeah, darn, the initiative count's going to be kind of weird here. Okay, I'm going to run you down here so that you have lines of sight. It's not amazing, but it's what I have. This guy's going to hear your SMG, which is not great. I have a couple turns till he's, like, a real threat. But this guy is, I think, going to be relatively hard to take down. And quite annoying overall. I could just do nothing and reload. And then, like, wait for another turn. Which I think is actually acceptable. Well, now let these guys walk up. There are trespassers. You found a corpse. I'm fine back here, though. You got closer. Sure. Similar boat for you, but again, we're safe where we are. And so what I intend to do here is get... Oh, shoot. The initiative rolls are also funky, and I don't have quick draw up. Okay, you know what? We're just going to start blasting and hope it's good enough, because this is awkward. Some of these kills are incredibly unlikely, which is a problem. You're in low cover and have evasion. Shoot. Okay, I'm in a bad spot. I have 4 AP. I can shock mine. I think we're going to shock mine both these guys. You're late enough that my team can figure out what's going on. Gun caught is too risky. I'm unlikely to get this kill. And I'm not in range for something like hold up. I could use thrown bullet and try to drag him around, but we have a person we can buy shock mines from. Let's just do this. Let's use consumables and get out from the scariness. Okay, we bought some time. We're fine. You're still walking up. You're going to be scary eventually, but for now it's okay. Fatality reported. Muo's going to be sent around. Sure. 1 tally per turn is not a big deal. Okay, okay, we can figure this out. We can get where we need to go. Yeah, these guys are stunned for a bit. You're stunned for 2. Yeah, we got some time. We're all going before this guy, so... And if I shoot the AR... Yeah, okay. So, let's kill you. Which means just run to here and just full auto at him. And Egress can help, and I'm sure we'll get there. At worst, I can always stun. I like... Oh, she's going to jump over. That's kind of great. Cool, we hit 2 people, which is nice. Thank you for the... Oh, that's the SMG, which is why. Is it better with this, then? I mean, I'm kind of liking... Well, the SMG actually is kind of bad, right? Because it's only 50%. And I want a better shred chance. The damage is for sure higher if we check. It's 118 or 181 versus 95. Like, the accuracy is almost the same. This is literally double damage. And even higher shred chance, I'm pretty sure. We shred. We crit. Downer pops, which lowers evasion further, which we're happy about. Not worth holding the stun, because this kill seems pretty likely with the rest of my team having a chance to go. No crit, but it's fine. The important thing, again, is that he's low. We can trigger vector again. That's good. I'm going to run you only 1 step forward. Actually, do I even need to run forward? Probably not, right? Let's finish this kill. Great. And let's take down... Doesn't really matter in what order we do it. I'm going to kill this guy first because the other people are... Well, actually... Let's see what you do. Actually, no. I want to make sure I move so that if you run out like this, you don't spot me. So I'm going to go take a kill. And then run. Great, good job. Nice crit. Let's run you over to here, which should be more than safe. Alright, where you headed? You're running up? Yep, okay. It's funny, my Cybersword is just like not around any of them. We could leave him. It's not important. We also don't need the Matrix host. We can ultimately say cut our losses and leave. We're getting too close to level 6. For now, it's fine, but I'm liking this a decent amount. It's not a guaranteed. No, your niche is too good. Let's not risk that. I'm in no rush. I'm not in need of any of these kills, is the thing. So I just want to get 10 meters away and start sprinting. So if I go here, that's 11 meters. I can start running, and I can go for the Matrix host. Because that guy already has his instructions, so I'm not really worried about it. He's going to keep running down there. Then I'm going to go for this host. And I've got, I'm going to say 5 turns. Just interference. 4 tally does make things a little bit tougher, but I still think I'm fine. You're still going. You're finding more corpses, but we're still fine. Let's go here. Nice. And I guess we'll just use your other shot then. Not a guaranteed kill. Actually, SMG is more accurate, so we're going to go here. Oh, no. It's not getting it. Darn. Let's just preserve a little bit of action points then. Do it this way. And we'll just do what we can. Oh, nice. There we go. Alright, yeah, we're just going to protect this, and my Cybersword isn't going to get his kills. To be fair, though, I sent him on grab items duty, so that's kind of on me. But it's okay, we can handle stress. It's not a big deal. Our Snoop is on. We've only got 2 sets of downloads, so nothing terribly exciting. I keep forgetting I don't need to load hard shell anymore. Anyway, damage to connection, connection use, scan, AP, tally, connection use, jump over. I'm going to go ahead and risk that I don't need to take down passive ice here. Not at the start anyway. AP, then tally. I get moved around. Don't mind if I do. Okay, we're just going to have to move down and keep going. I'm just going to null-op this. Great. Scan for what's around there. We'll have to load programs next turn. That's totally okay. I might rewind as well. You're going to go ahead and run toward... Well, you're going to reload. Make sure you're safe. We're just going to run towards the other box so we can get out on time. Should be okay. We shouldn't be too worried. It's tech level 4 this turn, which isn't horrible. Not bad, 25k. The juice is alright too. Yep, should be fine. Right, we're like a turn-ish from the Matrix host. Reinforcements, I'm not going to risk failing the objectives and like not getting out in time. We're going to leave these guys here. We're looking alright here. Okay, should grab the box no problem. Yep. Nice. Another armor. It's going to sell for probably 90k or so. You are hunting. You're getting a little bit closer, but I'm not worried just yet. Let's go run the team across the map. You're not going to be in vision range. You'll be fine. So we've gotten all the boxes. We're getting the Matrix loot. And then if we see we're getting close to sec level 6, we pull them out of the Matrix, we hit Tactical Surge, and we're good to go. Okay, you need passive stuff here. Great. Download access, use a program. So, mentioned it before, if the only program you use is disarm, it will not trigger other traps. So you can handle traps no problem. And then go here. Oh, right, this had never gotten taken out. Null up CPU, spike, and then grab this guy. Download, any action. Okay. Well, that's downloads complete. And you can go run towards the exit now. We got what we came for. We should not be hitting any new security levels. Certainly not level 6. Let's Tactical Surge. Help them go earlier in the turn. Egress is safe. We're going to bump Rogue. Just make sure he goes first, because he's, like, the most able to be caught. But otherwise, we're fine. They're walking around. They're suspicious. It is what it is. Yep. Okay. You saw a corpse. Sec AI in your ear. You're out, no problem. Plenty of AP to spare. And then Egress hopefully makes it as well. Yep. I don't care about the camera seeing me, because this turn doesn't count. And so it doesn't matter that we got Tally there. Alright, not bad. Not bad at all. We can check out our loot in the cold storage. Get a bunch of XP from Hype Booster, a little bit of bonus XP from Blur. And yeah, Joe has gotten a bunch of influence, which is the important thing here. Totally reasonable mission. We've got this one on a battle strike again. It's kind of funny we've gotten that one in kind of back-to-back battle strikes. But it's interesting. I keep being in these states where I finish missions and then there's like a really long drought of just base planning, and then I end up doing that off camera because I don't want to do 20 minutes of base planning to start an episode. And that means I kind of leapfrog, like actually showing off base management. So, oh, we do have somebody who's stressed. Yeah, you're stressed because you didn't get kills, of course. So you're angsty. Oh well. I'm going to go ahead and run... Let's see. Yeah, you're detoxing. But your detox isn't done until this is done. I'm going to wait until Rhino is done. Then when she's out of detox, we'll run this battle strike. And it should be relatively quick. Hype limit break for a bunch of damage and crit chance. Thank you very much. Hype limit break for Bloodthirsty. I don't know if it gets better or worse. We're going to find out. So it was 4 kills. Let's see if that changes at all. Nope, still 4 kills. That's fine. Influence limit break for you. Puppet Master is down, sadly. I might trade a favor. Darn. Okay. Yeah, I use Puppet Master to get +1 on my Brave Star contact to get higher level Milsec items. But we're in a spot now where I don't have it for making his utility programs better, so that was kind of unfortunate. Detox ready to be upgraded if I have money, which I currently don't because raids don't pay, directly at all. I can, however, mint some file sets. I think I've already met Dr. Samdara, right? Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to make one and sell it. Do I have higher rarity or level? Good enough. Mercenary Black Book, sure, we'll mint that as well. The Gang Beams, looks like it's fine here. Cool. Not used by a set, no use action. We'll just sell these for money. Although I could, yeah. I'm going to sell some of these for influence, though. Money difference is not that big. We're going to sell this to you. Patient dossiers can go to Jacob as well. Racketeer probe is just money, so we'll just go to the highest bidder. Underworld analysis, he's being highest bidder. That's fine. Same here. Here you go. Memes we can sell and get closer. Accounts, we can sell at least one to Jacob. There we go, he's back in line. The rest of these are going to get sold. And then nothing else is really worth holding on to for this. Everyone else is in a decent enough spot. I don't care about upgrading Taylor, so we're going to chill. Like, this is money, though, that we can bump the SimStream detox, which is what we wanted. Let's let her... Oh, yep, sure. You have some discontent. That's fine. I don't care. Okay, it is time. We're fine. We're ready to go. We do have an open task. Can I do anything with that one? No, I don't have money. All right, not going to bother with that one. The important thing is that this mission is playable. It is a battle strike. We're going to get an additional merc because we have favors with Bastille. We're going to get rid of the hacker. We're going to play a Scourge and a Sniper. We're going to have you have your Sniper loadout. Looks decent there. Going to have you run one of the shotgun loadouts. Probably... Shotgun SMG. We'll just take off. I've got to do a couple of things here. Yeah, so you're like this. That's fine. Right, we need to use a crappy melee weapon to make some space. Because we're out of secondaries to equip. We need to do a couple things here real quick. We need to move you onto the other one. Replace the barrel with a better barrel mod. Okay, that's the shotgun being done. Let's do the same thing for you. Let's make sure we switch the pistol for one that deals damage. Okay, great. Yeah, you've got a damage one there. That's good. And then the only other thing to bring up is no silencer on the assault rifle. And I think now we can do class training and then run the mission. So for the Cyber Knight, I'm going to keep bumping Downer. When I get the crit chance and extra minus initiative, that'll be really nice. That'll be next turn. For you, I'm going to keep increasing who we can trade tokens to from the counter intel room, because we're on the way to that one. Hacker, I might as well train you, though you're not doing anything right now. We've gotten what we care out of Scapegoat. We need to hold points to get Spoof. I think I will just simply hold points. Agent EX isn't going on the mission, but we'll still bump him. I'm going to go ahead and say... Gotta figure out what I want to go into now. I could start going into the double SMG side of things. The tough thing is the talent limit is still a little tight. Going through here is fine, but it does take us 4 travel nodes instead of what would be... Well, I guess this would still be also 4, so sure. Let's start going this way, and we'll go into aim lock and extra automatic and probably dual reload. I might have to retrain at some other point, but for now it's fine. Let's just cap out supremacy, though. Don't love what I'm doing there, to be clear. You leveled up a ton. We can now make trigger vector cost no action points. That's very, very useful. I don't really feel like I need the more crit chance and gun kata. I'm happy with it as it is. But I think I will try to invest heavily in quick draw and cap this out next. That seems decent enough. Vanguard, not going in the mission, but we can level her up as well. I've got what I want from Refract. I've got everything I want from Lure. Go ahead and max out Jam Kit range. I think that's pretty useful. Might go into Silence, Blend, or K Protocol next. Looks like that's the team. Yep, that's the team. Let's double check again. I am not running a silencer on the AR. I'm running a crappy melee. That's fine. You've got a shotgun and a well-equipped SMG. You've got revolver pistol as expected. You've got a melee weapon and the UAR. We'll see if we can get you actually into some kills. And then, yeah, you're on a solid setup here as well. Before I quickly actually go into this, do I have a token? Yes. Is there a token I can spend that's useful? This seems really good, actually. Actually, I'm gonna spend the efficiency grind token to get 2. That way I can get plus AP on the first turn, and I can lower everyone's armor for the first 2 turns. That lets me get a very good start to the battle strike. Alrighty. This should be relatively quick. Let's have fun. We're here. Time to get to work. So we are against Los Zagalas. They have patch max here. Yeah, minus armor. Their positioning is a little bit annoying for us. We're on... Yeah, I have to use like some pretty hard amounts of cover to get good value. Yeah, I would like to make these guys run towards us, but this guy for sure gets to walk into range, so I don't love my spawn position. I don't love how much high ground they have on us. We're going to be using a lot of cover here, basically. Let's see, what's my ranges look like? Oh, perfectly accurate at 30, so if there's a blue line, it's perfectly accurate. Cool. Looks like I can go here and line up on these 3. That'll be the start. Looking decent here. Good solid crit. That means downer pops, which increases my hit chance. Hit chance is okay for the second round. And by okay, I mean garbage. But we got the team with Steamroll. That's good news. I don't have great abilities to stun. I can walk forward easily because of Steamroll. I can stun one person, which might end up being you. I'm a little concerned about this wildfire. I can't reach you cleanly. If I go here... I'm still not in range. Yeah, I can't really get into range to stun that guy. So that kind of sucks. Going up to here is like way too exposed. So I'm feeling like I don't really have a good spot to stand. I'm going to just stay right there, which gets me in pretty good cover. And I'll yield to the very end and see what my team wants to do about it. You're going to look real good now with Trigger Vector and everything else you've got. Actually, I think at this point, we can let them run to us and we're going to be relatively safe. I think even if you run up, we're not going to be threatened by you. So, yeah, with the 2 that got knocked down, am I worried about you? I think no, actually. I think we can literally just wait. And I'm going to hope that I'm right about that. But I believe we can just wait. Alright, let's see what we got. Yep, they're all advancing. He's just taking cover. You're the most deadly of the enemies, but you're not in range yet. Okay, you're in range now. You're at 12, that's fine. Egress going at 1, seems fine. You just chose cover. Okay, are you actually threatening just yet? I think not quite. You're out of AP. Yep. You're choosing cover. You, I believe, can't damage me. You've only got 6 action points, and it costs you 5 to get there, at least. Alright, looking pretty good. So you've got a really good SMG. The range on this is 26 optimal, so just very, very good. Okay, and I want all 3 of these guys in the cone, so yeah, I'm going to want up all the way to here. I should, if I can't get all the kills, I should brainworm, which might be that guy. Okay, these shots look pretty good. Yep. Good job. Okay, I'm worried about initiative counts. Because, like, if I run up farther... Let's see. I think getting these kills is still worth it. Just gonna do that no matter what. Big damage. Nice job. Now, Brainworm does cost 0. So I can sprint forward and Brainworm exactly you. But that leaves you able to pretty easily run up and shoot me. Actually... You're at 15. I think you're going to have a hard time shooting me. This probably counts as, like, completely full cover. So I think if I brainworm this guy, it's totally fine. I don't get threatened. I probably shouldn't risk it, but I'm going to risk it anyway. Actually, I can brainworm 2 people, potentially. Oh, actually, you're at 19. I can handle that. Alright, Rhino gets a turn. I think being there looks acceptable. 16 meters. Accurate at 20. Mostly shooting you then. Do we even want to stand here? Do I want to stand somewhere else? Like, if I'm here, this is a better set of shots, right? How do I get line of sight on you, though? So, like, if I run up really far, right, and I go somewhere like this, I can always use the initiative bump and make sure I go first. I have a decent shot at hitting. I think, yeah, I can use my Cyber Knight to bump her initiative to make sure she goes first. And that'll be acceptable. So you're all the way over there. Let's nest. Alright, let's take the 75% chance that you get killed. And get my 3 AP back. Skull shot. 1,000 damage crit. Wonderful stuff. So now the fun thing is, I don't have a crap ton of recoil anymore, because she also got implants. I guess we can't see it here, but I gave her the... so you can find it in the list of traits I've got. But she has the leg implant that generates less recoil. So we have a solid 10% from strength, another 30% from the implant, and... oh, actually, yeah, I think it's just from those. And it gives me the ability to do really good things and not generate a ton of recoil, even though the gun would normally generate a decent amount. A solid 26. It only generates, 3/4 to 1x that, and then drops it by 40% from there. So, looks pretty good. If this first shot misses, I'll get accuracy back. Okay, well, it didn't miss. We're fine. And then I guess all that's left to do is be like, well, my recoil's still not that bad. Let's coin flip this. And you might be dead. Nice! Wow, you are absolutely wrecking these idiots. It seems like a good turn for Empty Lung. The point is try to get somewhere with a lot of coverage, where no matter where they spawn, I can shoot. And Empty Lung preserves nest and hit streak, so should be really ready to go next turn. Rogue can finally play. I'm thinking Let's see how close I have to get to Slash Slide. But try to get him some kills. Looking pretty good there. Okay, nice hit. Full clean contact. Down you go. Some action points printed, and you've got to kind of run somewhere. That's not the most efficient thing to be doing, that's for sure. But, don't have much else I can do about that, so... I'm going to have him run all the way upstairs. I will bump initiative if needed. Should be okay. Surely everything will be fine. Let's see. You are brainwormed and you're going pretty late. Everyone goes before you. I am not worried. So let's have my CK just kind of run out. Let's have a run out that way. You should be fine. And then Gunslinger goes to the very end. He can sprint for the high ground. He can shoot this guy exactly once. I spend just, what, 12 action points or something? I got 1 from Tactical Surge. I got like 2 from Trigger Vector. I got 1 from Steamroll. I got 1 from the Leverage. And I got all the way from here to here and get some pretty decent damage. His armor's cut by half, so even ballistic damage is good. Alright, reinforcements are far away. That's kind of unfortunate for me. Means I can't shoot them easily. Oh well. I cannot guarantee that Rogue gets this kill on his own turn. I'm going to run up and stun this guy just so that Rogue can get his kill. So that my Cybersword can feel cool. It's not optimal in terms of winning the mission, but it's optimal in terms of him not getting stress. So here, you can just kill this guy whenever you feel like. Then I can delay for a while. You can wait. I'm going to have you wait. This guy's Brainworm's going to wait. Alright. Out you go. That guy freaking booked it. I mean, I'm pretty sure this pathing would have got him there, but it did look silly. Yeah, let's keep waiting. That is likely not a slash slide angle, but we'll see. Nope, not quite. That's fine. Let's run you up 1. This should now be in range. You're brainwormed for still 2 more turns, so I'm not in an immediate rush here. Does it kill? Not quite. That's okay. He'll get it next turn, and then he can start working on this guy. Shouldn't be a big problem. Yeah. You're stunned. You're wormed. We're okay. You're going to keep waiting. So are you. You can start coming down, since we're clearly not going to fight up there. We'll let him just solo this. He'll be fine with the stun tools. Actually, I might bring him down this way, because I expect there to be respawns around here. Nah, let's just stay with the group. It's fine. It's fine. Advancing. Good for you. Ah, darn, you're in an awkward spot yourself. Well, run here and Tox Cloud likely works decently, so let's do it. I don't know what the initiatives are, but it's probably fine. And I think I want to brainworm you. You're going relatively early, and you have pure damage grenades that I don't want to get hit with, so here we go. You're trying to flank. Good luck to you. Tox Cloud should work and hit all 3. Let's see. Am I worried about these initiative rolls? Alright, and I am back. Had to let my dog out, so enjoy the jump cut you just saw. Right, let's take stock of what we got going on again. So they're going to get poisoned. Their initiative will be dropped a little bit. You're the only one's kind of scary. You're going to be going at like 18, which means Sprinkle is absolutely in danger. Which means I need to make sure he's safe, which means I need to go up 1 and bump him so that he's not getting shot at by the Street Blaster. Alright. Rhino still has no shots. I think we have to kind of give up on Nest, it looks like. Too bad, but oh well. If I put you somewhere like here, you have decent line of sight. And I think it's playable. So that'll be kind of the plan. I think that's a good shot overall. Looks decent. Good damage. Yep. They get reorganized. Okay. So, you got to make sure you don't get completely run over. This guy's at 18. If I go to here, I have 2 pretty clear shots. And I'm not too worried about it. I have other people who can go as well. You can try to get all 3. That would actually be ideal. Getting all 3, because SMGs have a ton of bullets. You can hit almost 3 targets without losing out anything, so that looks pretty worthwhile. One more consideration is using Biocoat Bullet to wear them down even harder. So if we aim at NATO as the primary one, he'll take Biocoat, assuming I don't miss, and so he'll get worn down more quickly. Pretty fortunate. Got just enough damage to be good. You're not worrisome here. You're brainwormed, and you're just not worrisome. So I'm just going to shoot at you and stay out in the open, because someone else should be able to clear that up. Otherwise, I can get caught. I'm pretty sure you can walk through this. So you got to make sure that's still safe, but it should be fine. Looking like... What are my ranges? Accurate at 22. So if I go out like this, 26 meters is not horrible. Yeah, looking pretty good. Down you go. Alright, well, NATO has been brainwormed and has no one to shoot. Seems fine. This guy's still brainwormed for only this turn, though. Gotta be a little bit careful. Want to get this kill before the other guy acts. I guess shooting him seems worthwhile. It's kind of free. Down you go. We'll take the reload. You can... Well, I could run... Yeah, back towards the middle. Seems fine. Use the action point. Alright, this is your kill, no problem. Good job. I'm going to wait and see what this guy does. And what his initiative is for next turn. You have very little you can do. You can't shoot us. And so basically there's no one that you're willing to shoot. So yeah, you're basically going into hunting as a result, which makes sense. That like the explanation here, right, is like no matter what his alert state is, if he doesn't know where anyone is, all he can do is hunt. And his state is alert. He has no enemies on the map because he's brainwormed. And so he's like, well, there's no one I can find to go shoot, so all I can do is hunt around, which obviously kind of useless for him. Alright. Unfortunately, though, he's really far away from my Cybersword. That is not a good sign. He also rolled a 20. It's also not a good sign for me. So what we're going to try to do... Pretty sure I'm going to walk in a melee range and hit preempt and be like, don't you dare. Overwatch, baby. That should work. It should completely break him from doing anything. So, here. Stop it. New turn, new reinforcements. Yes, indeed. Over there, fine. Okay, relatively low quality enemies. Got him in my sights. It's a glancing hit, but it's good enough. Trigger vector. I think they have a really hard time shooting at me, but actually, if I'm this far back, they can't shoot. I'm just going to full delay until they all act, because there's no way I'm in danger here. Or I'm entirely wrong, but I think there's no way you can see me. Overwatch is not even that big of a deal. They're picking cover, which is annoying, but whatever, it's fine. Alright, well, let's take the high ground. That should be fine. It is the last reinforcement wave. Okay, well there's your third kill, I think. And so we'll run you down towards your fourth. I think I'm okay to stand around here. Like, yes, they can run over. Actually, with an SMG, getting here in 5... Well, yeah, because there's, like, line of sight from here. Getting here in 5 AP is, like, roughly doable. I think it's a little bit scary. I don't want to be too open in Overwatch. Well, I think this is... Are you going to have line of sight from here? I don't know. If I go from here, this is going to be pretty open, I think. I think I can Overwatch from here and it's playable. Maybe I'm wrong, we'll see what happens, but I think this works. I'm accurate up to 40, so I don't want to go full range. But something like this should work. Or I'm wrong, and I guess we'll see what happens. You should be fine right there. Alright, let's see if I was right about the guard movements. It's also a tactical surge turn, which is nice. Alright, here you go. Yep. Overwatch shot 1. And I believe I get a second. Yep. Not bad. Let's tactical surge. Yep, that hits the team, no problem. And we should still wait for the wildfire to get out of cover, so let's keep delaying. Yeah, not worried about you yet. Alright, well, let's stun the tanky one. And I still want Rogue to get damage, so I need him to get his 4th kill. So I'm going to aim at this one and change the target number to only kill 1. That gives the team steamroll. I'm going to dump their initiative as low as I can. You're stunned. I'm going to put you down to very, very low. So even if I fail miserably, it'll still be fine. We'll just run the team forward. And if my Cybersword sucks, you know, I'll sort it out in the end. Alright. You're done. You're going to yield. You get as close as you can. Looks like I can get you to here, and then I can slash slide. That should be my 4th kill. Can I get both? No, that's fine. Thank you, Choppa. Not quite in range. That's okay, though. He got his 4 kills. That's the important thing. And I will say, I'm actually pretty happy with the amount of damage that's really available for melee characters. Because I had kind of felt that there were way more like useful gun talents than melee weapon talents. And so it was like very easy to have very strong gunners and a little bit harder to have very strong melee characters. But there's more implants that increase melee damage than range damage. And so with cyber surgery, you're able to actually have some pretty good melee combatants. So this is all done. Solid XP. Decent enough money. Nothing too spicy there. We've got a VIP assassination. Sure. Got a hardened target on lineup as well. This mission's due in 1 day 18. It's going to be the next thing we're going to do. So let's see. We have an open detox bench. And this is going to want a hacker to go to it. So let's go ahead and look at... I'm going to keep buying Matrix Noobs because, especially with red hosts, they're really, really annoying. So I think my ideal group is Hacker Scourge X. I don't have any of my security device droppers, but thankfully Hacker and CK do some of that. And so the question is who else goes. I'm going to say, let's bring Rhino the Sniper. I think it's playable. Double checking. Well, no, this is fine for now. That's all I really need is like, okay, I'm sending those 4 people. Cool. Now that I know who's going, I can send other people to detox. We'll sort by stress, but ultimately, we know that the sniper's going, we know that you're going, we know that you're going, we know that you're going, so we'll send the sword. It's of like kind of low value because, you know, everyone who's actually stressed is already doing this. He'll just detox a second time. So yeah, you're gonna go detox. We'll have this mission pop. Great. Intel on a Jupiter VIP to assassinate. Sure thing. Only you can pull this off. Okay, sure thing. Let's keep detoxing, though. The soldier who's not going, you're going to detox you. Sniper's kind of high, but we're fine for now. This is doing 1 day 12 now. My SMG craft is done. Let's go ahead and sort out our gear real quick. So you're going to hold your sniper stuff. You can now swap out from this to the auto-lit. And so, if you compare, basically, the auto-lit is going to have... I mean, because I put on... This is an extreme amount of accuracy. This is, like, kind of wild. But yeah, functionally more damage outright, plus some pure damage. Yeah, I lose some range. Yeah, I lose some shred. But it's just an extreme amount of damage. Also, I have so many recoil mods that these... It showed the recoil... No, sorry. I have so many recoil mods here that the single target recoil is a negative. I don't know what happens. I don't think I've actually run into that before, but that's kind of wild. Anyway, yeah, optimal range is 24. I've got a lot of accuracy buffs here. A lot of minus recoil. As far as the implicits that got rolled, it rolled me a tracker sight for more accuracy and a wider arc, and a tuned cog for more accuracy here as well. So I got plus 9% accuracy because I baked on these two and used a combination of red and gold cubes. So yeah, I have a 96% accurate SMG, which is kind of wild, but yeah, pretty good stuff. And I was considering switching this one out instead for a different grip. That would have given me flat accuracy instead of range and recoil. But I figured the accuracy weren't going to be very good, but I'd have like 99 accuracy if that was the case. Either way, we're going to give you the silencer here. Noise of 14 meters is not horrible. The silencer more than covers it. Not a problem there. Shotgun going to be, honestly, kind of low value. But if you have to shred someone, we will. So that's you. And we're going to save that as the new shotgun SMG loadout. You can go ahead and start training this Scourge up. And I think I was investing in Venom Trap. Oh yeah, I'm going to invest in Dissolve for the second charge. There we go. That's what I wanted there. The hacker gets 1 point. He still can't get what he wants. He needs 2 points for what he's going for. Cybersword gets a point, and I think I will jump in on Whisper Kill. I guess I should respec. Well, he's not going in the mission. But if I'm going to go for Whisper Kill, the other question is, do I want Lightfoot afterwards? The answer is going to be yes. And so I would still go Power Slice into Choppa. Oh, I guess Choppa's not capped out yet. There we go. So I'd still go Power Slice into Choppa. I would probably get to drop these 2 points in order to grab this one, and then I'd go right through. And then I would, when I have the talent limit increased, it's basically, I can take these 2 travel nodes, right? I go up here, I can take this travel node, lets me get these 2, and then I can drop these. 5% move speed's nice, don't get me wrong, but because I want Preempt and I want Shielded Rush, I can't grab Lightfoot until I have a 9th talent cap. Because the 8th is Whisper Kill. So I'm not going to do the big respec yet because it's going to make things awkward. And I have to respec again anyway. And he's also not going in the mission, so I don't really care right now. Alright, so that's going to be the team. Let's put you into the Gunslinger loadout, because why not? You're holding on to some stuff. It's good enough. I can switch you for a better melee weapon. Let's have you drop this. Actually, I'm going to have you run the Urban Assault group. Nah, it's fine. This will be probably the setup for the next mission. And then afterwards is an assassination that I'll figure out later. Not a huge rush here, though. And with 700k, I think I can't quite do another craft. I think they cost like 1 million now. If I wanted this sniper, it's already 600k. And then if I want other good stuff, I finally got a barrel or a body mod. That's good. So yeah, I have, right, these 2 scopes. Clearly I want the more accuracy and more damage. Go for that one instead, but nah, it's this guy. I'm not going to bake on a barrel because I want to be able to use a silencer sometimes, and then a damage barrel some others. So it's just this for arc and +1 ammo, and a lot of minus recoil. That's quite nice, actually. And then I can basically add single shot damage and ranged accuracy. And so the craft would be... this. It cost me 1.2 million. But we get, you know, quite a bit of nice stuff here. We get 10 accuracy from intrinsics. We get another 7 here. So 17 accuracy puts me at 83. +1 shot, kind of nice. Bunch of crit damage, also kind of nice. We'll roll 2 intrinsics, really good stuff. But again, I need the money first, so I've got to run the other 2 missions before we can make that happen. I don't have time for the field op center to work. Hacking station is of low value. We can't inject anything special here. Yeah, neither of these are very important, so we're going to leave the hacking station as it is. Counter intel is still capped out. I guess we'll blow off some heat. I do want to be able to trade tokens for favors, but I need the money in order to do that. So I think even more important than crafting the sniper rifle is getting counter intel of 4 to unlock the token trades. That'll be very useful when it comes out, though. I did invest in getting Command HQ to 4 to get 4 tasks at once, but we pretty quickly got to a point where that stopped mattering. So, just because everything costs so much, right? Hag Station's not too bad, but I don't care about the token generation as much as I care about getting the favors. So, realistically, I guess we'll use our last Vanguard point. Kind of overlook that for a bit. Yeah, Jam Kit's done, Lure is done, Refract is done. I love maxing these 3 abilities. These are my favorites, so I like grabbing these and then moving on. Glasswalker, very strong when you max it out. You can have your whole team gain an action point for 2 turns. That is incredibly strong. And allows you to actually, you know, as long as you're not running an actual battle strike where security escalation is fully suppressed in full combat missions. If you run her on like, oh, we're going to play hardened target and it's going to get loud. It's like, well, it's going to pop a lot and you're going to give your team 8 AP every time a security escalation pops. That's really, really strong. What I have to figure out, though, is how to path all the way to this side of the map, or the layout here, with K Protocol and Blend being the highlights here. Anticipation being okay. And how to make it across, like, efficiently. Like, we can maybe go this way, then going down those very expensive. Don't really want to go through body bag, so it's like, I might end up going this way after all. Or I can just invest heavily in silence and say, hey, it's going to give me a bunch of stealth crit. And I want to have, like, the duration on this. So I'm going to try capping out silence. When I first played this game, I had invested in silence and I kind of liked it. So I'm going to go try this again. And yeah, it means I have very few talents on my Vanguard. But basically, Blend is really far away. It's 4 points to unlock it. And then K Protocol is another, 3 to unlock it. And that's such a stretch that I'd almost rather go here. I'm not sure it's correct, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. There's many ways you could build a Vanguard, but it's hard for me to not want Refract, Lure, and Jam Kit every single time. And it's like, do I really want to wait like 5,000 XP to finally unlock these 2, or can I just invest in silence right away? It's kind of how I feel. Anyway, that's going to end it here, because next thing we're going to do is indeed run this mission, and then this one at some point right afterwards, and make some money, and all that fun stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.